Oh, hello. Crochet and chat video. It's been a while. I've been a bit, what's the word? I kind of lost my crochet mojo a bit. Couldn't really think of anything to make. What I did want to make, I couldn't make because I didn't have the supplies. Brief update on the Loki blanket. There isn't one. I need some more green yarn, and like I said, money's a bit tight, so I haven't been able to go out and get any. I'm hoping to get some in the next couple of weeks, in which case I can finish off the green, which means I can carry on working on the border. It's just that one corner. Once that one corner's done, I can carry on with the rest and it'll be finished, and I'll be able to give you a full update on that video. Fingers crossed I'll be able to go and get some in a couple of days, a couple of weeks even. Like I say, I did lose my crochet mojo for a period of time. And with that being said, I haven't done a huge amount since November. Even November I was struggling a bit. I hadn't really done an awful lot back then. It's still the case now. In actual fact, I took some time off from crochet altogether and actually did a couple of knitting, a little bit of knitting. I mentioned in my last video about some yarn that I bought that I wasn't really that happy with, and I bought, I think, 3 or 4 balls of that yarn in different colours, and I crocheted with it and I really wasn't very happy with it. And then I decided that I just wanted to do something with it, so what I decided to make was some washcloths, and these are knitted washcloths. I'm not the best knitter in the world, so I've dropped some stitches in places and I've lost some stitches in places, and you know, the tension's not perfect in places, but you know, for what the yarn cost, I've got 3 here. This one just knows its end weaved in. I feel like I've got some more somewhere. Oh, look, there's another one there. There's another one just there. Very simple dishcloth pattern. I've still got 1 ball of the white left, so I'm going to carry on doing some more of that just to build up a stash of dishcloths, washcloths, flannels, whatever you want to call them. So that's one project that I've been working on, and I am going to carry on with, like I say, my crochet is... I did actually wake up this morning and go, oh, I know what I'll make. So you never know, I might decide to crochet something. I have some dolls that I've crocheted before, and I've got a pattern book that gives you clothes that you can put on those dolls, so I might make some clothes to go on those dolls. This is something that I made very quickly actually, and it's all made out of scraps, and it came out of one of the crochet magazines that I have. Slightly different pattern. The hexagon is their pattern, but the colourway that they've done is different to the colourway that I've done. As we all know, I do love my rainbows. So this is the blanket. I don't think it's really picking up the colours very well, but we've got reds and pinks, yellows, greens, blues and purples. So we've got a rainbow effect going through it. Nice little hexagon blanket for a baby's pram or something. That is up on my Amazon site. Nice little blanket. So I did do that. It didn't really take me too long. Once you started crocheting the what I do like about this, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. Oh yeah, you can just about see it's got, these are textured hexagons here. So these ones use front post double crochets, and then the white ones are just plain. So all of the coloured ones are textured, and then the white ones are just plain. And I think that gives a nice effect, and it's a very nice blanket. And like I say, actually putting it together took longer than actually making the hexagons, because I kept changing my mind on what pattern. I wanted it to be random, but I wanted it to have some kind of flow at the same time. So that was that. I did make that. On one of my other crochet and chat videos, I mentioned a cushion that I was making as a replacement for one that I'm already using. So this is the cushion. It's now finished. There's the back. Not that you can see much of the back. That's just to put the cushion pad inside. So that is finished. That's quite nice on the old black background. The other one I've got is in like a blue colour, blue sky colour with a cloud and then the rainbow raindrops coming off it. But I like it in the black. I think it's quite nice. So that is now finished. This is almost finished. Ages and ages ago I talked about Tunisian crochet. I can't remember if it's Tunisian or Tuscan. I think it's Tunisian crochet. And this is part of one of them. I did show you a blue one, which I was doing cross stitch on. Well, I decided I didn't like the cross stitch. The cross stitch that I was doing didn't really work. I don't know if it was the yarn choice or what, but it just didn't seem to be really working for me. So I've unpicked all of that. I'm going to show you that in a minute because it's just blocking on the bed here. So I will show you footage of that in a sec. Right, so this is the original blanket that I had done with the Tuscan Tunisian crochet. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but there's a very nice pattern that comes out when you do this version. So this was the original one that I did. I'm just pinning it out at the moment. It's been washed. I'm just blocking it. Hopefully that will help it settle a bit better. So this is the next one I've done. Done exactly the same as the other one so far. It's just Tuscan Tunisian crochet all the way along. I did 7 inches of the pink and then up to 28 inches. So from the bottom to here is 28 inches and then another 7 inches on top. All I need to do now is the top end, and I'm trying to work out a way of getting some ribbon weaved in the top end. A friend of mine has given me some ribbon and I'm going to have a go at putting some ribbon in that. Yeah, so next month I'm probably going to be doing some dolls outfits, some... what else am I working on? I'm going to finish off the 2 blankets, the blue one and the pink one. Maybe, fingers crossed, get some work done on the Loki blanket, but that's all a bit depends on whether or not I can find any yarn for it. I've just thought of one other project that I have been working on. I say thought, found is more the case. And another one I've actually just found as well. I've got projects all over the place and I always forget about what I'm doing. So I've got this one here. This is really, really chunky yarn and it's like, is it felt? A fleece. It's like a fleece blanket and the yarn is kind of fleecy as well. And I made a couple of things from this sort of yarn. I made some pillows and cushions with this sort of yarn. And I had some left over and I thought I'm never going to be able to make anything with that. There's not enough of it. Well, I've made this so far and I found another ball of this yarn as well, of this one here. So I'm actually going to carry on with this. And I think I might end up putting this in the car as a little car blanket. So I like the idea of having something nice and warm in the car in case anything bad happens. And that blanket is just a simple solid granny square blanket that I'm just going around and around on. I forgot I had this. So I've also been working on this little unicorn as well. Almost finished, to be totally honest with you. I just need to finish the hair and a tail. Hair and tail needs to go on this. And in actual fact, I might even finish that today because that's a 10-minute job, really. And there's the unicorn. Cute little pattern. come from a free pattern book that came with one of the crochet magazines. So there's that. So yeah. So that is what I've been working on over December, January and February. This video will be going out probably in the first week in March. So this will be March's Crochet Chat for February, January and December. Like I say, slightly lost mojo and trying to find something to actually do. Oh yeah, another update on the October's video. I mentioned about the fact that I was going to be watching Crimson Peak. I still haven't watched it. So that is it for today's video, Crochet Chat video. I will hopefully be back in a couple of weeks with another square for your Crochet for Beginners thing. I've started working on 3D stitches, so I'm looking into doing possibly a basket weave one or a puff stitch. Perhaps a puff stitch we can do. And I also have been looking into doing spike stitch as well, because I've got a really nice pattern that looks fantastic with spike stitches. So got some ideas for future things. If there's anything you want to see, if there's a particular pattern that you're struggling with that you want me to show you how to do it, just put it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I will give it a go. So yeah, anything you want to say, just put it in the comments and I'll have a look, and I will see you next time. Bye.